We'll wait another minute here, see who else jumps on before we dive into it. Hey, Casey, it sounds like it's me and you. Oh, here's everyone else jumping in. All right, good morning, everyone. How's it going?
Fine. Hello,
Thanks for
Cameron.
thanks
I
for
think
answering.
one, thank you. I think one of my feedbacks was so good that they raised the price 20,000. What's
Uh,
wrong with them?
I can tell you it's almost never a good idea to raise the price of a listing. It typically The only reason I ever would is if we went on the market, we got multiple offers, and for some reason we either didn't accept one or we accepted one and then it fell through and we're going back on the market. I may raise my price there. But besides that, I'm never raising my price.
I don't know. I don't know. They had lowered it 60,000.
Hmm.
And then I mean maybe they really had more people visiting, right? So they raised it 20. And I'm like, um, you're crazy.
Yeah, let the offers do that. That's
Yes. Do you think they received some offers? I don't
I
know. I'm trying to, like, the clients really liked it. So I'm trying to show them more options. We even saw a similar one that needs a lot of work, maybe to make it look like this one, but
hmm.
it's 100K less.
Oh, yeah, if they
So
have the money and can put less than 100K in to make it as good as this, then it sounds like they might have some equity.
yes, yes, that's my thinking. I need to communicate that, and it's easy because it's gonna be in Spanish.
Más fácil.
Más fácil. Thank you. So that's
Yeah,
me.
On
I
that
love
note,
it.
there's a house in Eagle Mountain that just dropped their price to $1. And it
Ooh,
says $1 list price is correct. Sellers will review all offers by 8/27, multiple offers expected. And it was listed at 695 and its entrance was 522. I think it's an RA builder. Does that make they're the ones that specialize in ADUs, so it's got a finished basement.
hmm.
So I've been passing this listing around to all first time home buyers and then um just to like nudge them, you know. And then
Hmm.
I need to brainstorm what they would offer if they wanted to go. But my husband's like, that's how we sell our house because we're scared to sell our house. Like, list it for $1. What if we got no offers?
Then you don't have to accept anything.
Right. I think it's kind of genius because I'm excited to see what these people come out with. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Erica,
Okay,
show
well,
them
I'm
this
gonna look
one.
that up. I hope I know
Oh,
the listing agent.
it's
So,
2086730, and then the listing agent is Carl Major Davis the third from Real Broker.
dang it, I don't know him. I want to see
That's
how it actually goes.
yeah. I'll send you the link. It's good.
Yeah. Well, and then follow that because this might be an interesting strategy. It just attracts every single buyer. You'll get way more showings than you'll need because you'll have buyers that are like thinking, "Oh, maybe I can afford this and get a great deal." And you'll also have the people that could actually afford it and are going to put in a real offer around there. So
Yeah, it's
should be
fascinating.
interesting.
We've looked around that area. I mean, it's not my favorite area because it's really deserty. But yeah, they do massive ADUs that you're
Hmm,
just like, wow. Anyway, it's interesting.
cool. Okay, well, Shaylee, you messaged me. Do you have questions?
Yeah, I did. I guess I had like somebody I met the other day and they were I heard you guys just barely talking about ADUs. They were kind of potentially maybe looking at um like a house here in like Utah County area around like 500 with maybe a mother-in-law or ADU type of um like in the basement, you know. And mostly I
Hmm.
just was curious if you had like a form or like because the other day, you know, you had that booklet that kind of was about like the process of helping somebody list their home, but if maybe you had something like that for when somebody is like looking at buying and kind of just like where you start with that whole process, I guess.
Yep. Yep. So there's two steps that I always take very early on. And ideally they're in this order, but to be honest, sometimes I don't do them in this order. Step number one should be connect them with a lender to get pre-approved. You want to know
Gotcha.
what they actually approve for because if they're like, yeah, I think we can have
Yeah,
a house
exactly.
around 500 and then the lender's like, no, they can get, like be like 200, then that's going to be a very
Uh-huh.
different conversation. Or if the lender's like, well, they could go higher than that if they want to, then all of a sudden that opens way more doors. So that's always step number one. If you don't know a lender, there's a bunch of good ones here that we can even introduce you to here in the office.
Yeah.
And then step number two would be a buyer consultation. And so this is where you bring them into the office, rent a little conference room, and then good. I like to just ask 1,000 questions and get to know them really
So you
well, what
would
they
be there
want,
with
what they
me,
don't
right?
want. What was that?
Is that are you saying like I would do that or like would you be in there with us?
Yep. Yeah. Well, I can help you, but yeah,
Okay.
you would
Yeah,
do
that'd
it.
be great.
And then yeah, ask a whole bunch of questions, what they're looking for, what they want, what they don't want, uh, where they want to live, and then I literally
Yeah.
will pull up the MLS and start building a search as they do this. And then
Uh-huh.
that way you can see what's available
Yeah.
as those are going on. So
Okay.
then you have
That's
a
super helpful. With the pre-approval process and you know like connecting with the lender, is there because I know I might be able to like message him and see if like maybe he already has someone. If not, is there people here that like how would you do that process? Or like do you just know people I could message here or
yep,
are they here in
yep,
the
there's a couple
office?
of good ones here. So yeah, I always ask if you talked to a lender yet. If they're like, well, then I'm like, well, let me send you my lender that I like. And then
Uh-huh.
I let them know that I have a few. So I'm like, if you don't like this guy or if you want second opinions, like I have more. Um, because we don't want to just steer them to one lender. But on that same note, if you're able to use the same lender over and over a lot, then that
Hmm.
lender will be very happy to do things for you, which maybe pay
Gotcha.
for marketing, um, sponsor things for you, and do a
Uh-huh.
lot of other things. So
Okay. That's great to
definitely,
know. Maybe
definitely
is there
try to use the same.
like I don't know if that's maybe later today or like when maybe you could help me see what lenders are here that you like or give me some
Yep.
information at least.
Yep, and I can send you a couple contact information. My two favorite right
Yeah.
now, just so you know, they're both in this office. So Jake Butler, that's at Aries
Oh
Mortgage. It's
yeah.
upstairs, just down the hall from me. And then the second one, I really like Taylor. Why did I just forget his last name? Um, he's at Security National in the A team. He's the one like as if you're sitting at the front desk and you look over to the A team office, you can see into his office. And
You said it
so
was Taylor. You don't remember the last name right now.
Taylor, I forgot
But
his last
then
name.
the company one more time, the mortgage company, what was
Security
it called?
National.
Okay.
Taylor
Yeah.
Wright.
Taylor Wright,
Oh,
there it is.
she got it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's really good because he gets very creative in a lot of different financing, like looking for grants and things like that.
Oh, okay.
Um, and then I like Jake because he works for a mortgage broker. So he has probably like 20 or 30 different loan products that he can go sell. So what he'll do is he'll look into their situation and say, okay, which of these 30 different options is the best for this borrower
Yeah,
and
and I
buyer?
guess
And
with
so,
that, I have a question with the which I'm not totally sure about this, but he did mention that like it would be him and like a partner, and they're looking at like which is that like some like a buddy that wants to go in on an investment type of property with him. Is that I mean I know that's okay, but like is there a different type of lender that you think is better for that if that's what they're interested in?
nope, I think probably both of them would be able to work it out. If
Okay.
they're willing to live there, they're probably going to get a better rate. So
Mm-hmm.
if it's like two friends that are like, let's buy this as a rental, but live in
Yeah.
it and then rent the basement out, or live in the basement, and rent upstairs, something like that. And then
Gotcha.
later on, they can move out. Well, they can move out. It would be what I would call a non-conforming duplex, which means it's not actually a duplex because it's non-conforming, but no one really gets mad if you
So
rent it out
yeah, if
that
it's
way.
non-conforming, you're saying is that when you're living in it and then you like you live in it in the beginning and then you sell it afterwards after a little bit, or is that when you just buy it and then you don't live in it and just
Yeah,
rent it
so it
out?
would be like you live in it, then you move out and you rent both like upstairs and
Yeah.
downstairs to people
Okay.
as if it
Yeah.
were a duplex, but it's not a duplex, so that's what I would call non-conforming duplex. And those
Gotcha.
are great, to be honest. The hardest part is just utilities. If you can figure out how you want to do utilities with the renters, whether that's collecting like fixed utilities throughout the year or they split it or something like that, because that's just the biggest challenge. Like you can't
Yeah.
split the internet based on upstairs and downstairs, or maybe the basement's really cold, so they want the heater on all the time, and upstairs are like, we don't need to run the heater. And so it's like, who's paying the gas bill? And so it gets a little messy with that, but typically those are great investment properties.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's okay. That's very
yeah.
helpful. Thank you so much. I'll maybe I'll just like reach out to him and kind of ask, see what he's looking at for like seeing if they have anything for their lenders, and if not, I can maybe give him some of those suggestions and everything and go forward with that. Because I feel like yeah, that seems like the best first step too. Because I was talking to my dad about it, and it's kind of the same thing where I'm like, he kind of mentioned it, but I'm not sure if it's like for real. Like I'm like, do you actually have the money to do this? You know what I mean? I don't want to get too far into the process.
Yeah, yeah. That's let a lender do that and they can be the bad guy. And I always will pitch it like, well, number one, we need to know what you're qualified for because are we shopping for 450, 500, 550, 600? Like it's very different and it all depends on your finances. Maybe they have something weird on their credit. The first time
Uh-huh.
that me and my wife went to go buy a house, uh, we realized that when we got married and I took over making all of the payments to everything because I'm the money guy, I was
Hmm.
paying, she had two student loans that were $50 each. Well, I ended up paying $100 to one student loan and zero to the other.
Oh, oh man,
And they were
yeah,
sending letters to an old address, so we weren't getting notifications. And then when we finally pulled her
yeah.
credit, it was awful because she had like delinquent
A
notice,
bunch of late
everything
things.
like that.
Yeah,
We're like, uh-oh.
that's
So
that's
yeah,
so
you just never
unfortunate.
know
Yeah.
with those things. So just double checking its credit and income and debt that they really look at, and then they can get qualified. And then you know what you're shopping for, and you can go find the best property for them there. So I'd start
And
with that.
more like a question I like, let's the two different that are wanting to check so there isn't everything right. And one of them
I missed
will
that. You
word
glitched out on that.
that.
You were kind of cutting out through that. Say that
Oh,
again.
weird. A little bit.
Let's see. Can you hear me any better?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Okay, weird. Um, I was just saying, like, since it is like two separate, like buyers or whatever, and like they're not married or anything, like they're gonna both check their finances, and let's say like one is a lot worse than the other one, would that just kind of ruin it for both of them, I'm guessing?
They can do things. So they kind of combine it all. So it'd be combined income minus combined debts is what they look at. But then with credit score, they look at whoever is the lowest credit score. And so if like one makes a whole bunch of money and then the other has too many debts, like that can kind of counteract each other. But they both should have good credit because they're going to go to the lowest credit score. And that's the same with couples and everything like that. So,
Yeah, that's good to know.
okay. Well, we have a great Rise class planned for today. Sally Price is going to come talk about the 36 touch, how to get transactions from your sphere of influence in your database, how you should be marketing to them. And then if you guys are not reaching out to all of your friends and family right now and you need something to talk about, call and talk about their kids. Every school district is officially in school today. So the Salt Lake ones, the Utah County ones, everyone's in school. Go talk to them about what they're doing now that kids are in school, how they're feeling. There's a lot of emotions with people. So how was the first week? Or if like Jordan School District just started today, how's the first day treating you? So uh, reach out, be a good friend to all of those people, and then see if real estate comes up. If not, build that relationship because that's very important. And then come in. We'll be downstairs in the large training room for Rise. So I will see you guys all shortly. Have a great one.